Hello, my angels, and welcome back to a new day, a new reading. Let's see this collective we're doing a reading for today. What is going on with you, so to speak? What you're going through, what you're dealing with. I think we're going to approach it like that. But let's see what comes out. We will take it from there. Oh. So there could have been movement for this collective. We have the lightning. It talks about the sudden change, the shocking news, the surprise, the epiphany, the unveiled, and the transformation, right? And then we have the kisses, unconditional love, giving and receiving affection and falling in love. We have the camera, reminiscing, perception, learning from the past and making memories, and separation, the sadness, the missing you, the thinking about you, yearning and unsure of the future. If something hasn't happened, something could be coming in for this collective. I just want to get one more when it comes to that lightning before we take dices or anything. Heart with a key. It's all about welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, and getting together perfectly. And then we have karmic relationship. It talks about the triggers, right? The turmoil, the resentment, the lessons. So maybe you have something approaching here. I just want to see, just want to get a dice about this movement. So we'll just see what comes out. 2. So either this has happened 2 days ago or it will be within the next 2 days, like a 48-hour reading. I just want to see, has there been any movement here when it comes to this? If the yes card, communicate, confession, and they be back comes out, there have been movement here. Okay, there hasn't. There hasn't. So something is coming within the next 48 hours. We have the move on, we have the gold digger, and we have the intuition. So you could have closed the door on this connection, feeling like this is a waste of time. When it comes to this person, maybe you feel quite used by them. Maybe they used you in the past to tie you to it, money-wise. Your intuition. So your intuition is telling you, don't ignore the red flags. They will come back to bite you later. So intuitively, you could be feeling that something is coming to your table as well, like you have indications about that. But let's see. And that would tie in, wouldn't it, to a lesson when it comes to this heart with a key. If this person has been owning the key to your heart for quite some time and you're finding yourself finally wanting to shut that door on this, there could be a lesson tied to this. But let's see what comes out here. What about the kisses? The heartbroken. So there would have been a lot of love here at some given point of time when it comes to this connection, right? It's kind of like that feeling from love bubble energy to destruction in one single toss, you know? Does it make sense? The deeply hurt, the sad, the separation. Again, we have 2 about that. The grieving and the mourning. I want one more for that. And then the dragonfly. And we know for a fact that something is coming. But be lighthearted. Things are coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. And that talks in to the lessons, the triggers. So this could be a trigger for you. Something that is arriving when it comes to this. And with the lightning, quite shockingly, a surprise, right? sudden change. Maybe not to the lens of upheaval or anything, because we have the dragonfly here. It's all about changing through it, right? Adapting, healing, what is to come. Can I have one more for the dragonfly, please? Soulmate. So if you're not in this moment of time looking at this person as your soul partner, you would have at some given point of time again to tie you to the reading. So that person that you would have looked upon as owning the key to your heart, that were a soulmate that left you heartbroken, you have a lesson coming to heal through that. I'm just not feeling anything bad. I'm more feeling in the lens of caution, right? And we did have that as well with the intuition. And be lighthearted. So this could really be for you to go into that Queen of Cups approach when it comes to this. Not reacting, right? Within one's triggers. Just like the karmic relationships are talking about. It's about learning a lesson here. Maybe it's a lesson about communication. It could very well be. And if this person has pushed you to the brink of you wanting to close that door due to what you have been shown, and they're coming in with some kind of communication here, that could trigger something within you. But let's see, what about the camera? The wedding rings. So you could have been married to this person. Like underneath the camera, it's all about making the new memories, learning from the past, right? And then we have wedding rings. So the union, the wedding, the marriage, the soul contract, everlasting love and promises. So that could have been a promise they made you. That you were gonna end up together, tie the knot, be together. Again, soulmate energy, right? I want one more. But then the golden mirror. So they would have come across a kind of quite self-absorbed, feeling that this was very one-sided. And maybe you have reflecting upon this was like love bombing. And that is why you are finding yourself closing the door. Again, someone is too full of themselves. They're like not available. So I'm just gonna shut it. And that would make sense why something would be coming in quite shockingly. I don't think you see this coming. Even though your intuition is telling you something may be arriving, it's not necessarily that you're in the reflection upon it's gonna be that person. I'm just going back to that deck, with the shutting the door. Maybe that was them when they shut the door in this. We will have to see. It just came to my mind for a reason. What about that golden mirror? And then we have the I like you. So someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, and wanting to date. But I don't think you know this. I don't think you think like that in this moment of time. I'm gonna be honest. We have the lightning here, like the shocking news. For a reason, right? So maybe this collective, you're more within the lens of giving that unconditional love to yourself. Kind of having that falling in love with yourself feeling. Wanting to make new memories, but when it comes to you, right? If we take it only to your energy, there could still be some sadness about this separation. Maybe the unsure of the future here. But like I said, at some given point of time, this person would have owned the key to your heart. But they have been acting in a lens that has made you feel this was one-sided. If this was promised to you, and then they shut the door on this, acting within that way, within that golden mirror energy, having a bit of, it says narcissist, I do not like that, right? It's, yes, they can embody traits of that, but I'm not feeling that you're connected to a narcissist, I'm gonna be honest, but very self-absorbed, very one-sided, and that love bombing, it does stand out to me. So you could very well have been feeling that this person love bombed you. They promised me the whole world, and then they left. But they like you. And then we have the seduction. So maybe that is why your intuition is telling you to do not ignore the red flags. Again, we have the listen, the triggers here for a reason, right? So if that person is coming in, maybe kind of dry, maybe kind of, hey, how are you? How you been? Trying to move within a more of a lustful energy. Within the hookup lens, right? There's a reason why your intuition would be telling you that this is like a no touching zone. I'm hearing that in my mind. Do not touch. What about that separation here then? Oh, so the love call and the cassette. So if you are not replaying over and over about wanting to reach out throughout the separation, that is connected energy. I just want to see if we can have that confirmed. The girl with the snake. So it is that person, right? It is that person. So throughout the separation, they have been then going back and forth within their mind of wanting to reach out, expressing their feelings, expressing their love, thinking about you and letting you know, right? Could they as well have been tied to an energy that is in that narcissistic lens? They could have been charmed or used, yeah, but if I'm being honest, I feel like it is more your outlook of it, that you felt charmed, you felt used. We did have that as well with the golden mirror in this deck, right? No. What was it? Ugh, it doesn't matter. The being used card. And then the stabbed in the back. So this person knows that they have left you like that, and maybe that is why they're replaying this. If they are coming into that awareness that they have been acting in that lens, they have charmed and used you, left you stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack. And for some reason, I feel like it's in an odd way, a full circle moment. Because this happened quite shockingly. But so is the thing that is coming in. It's like to close out a cycle feeling when it comes to this. But let's get a bit more into it, my angels. Let's see about this person. Just want to see about them when it comes to that expression. So a fire sign, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And then we have the commitment. Things are about to get serious. So I think you were within a commitment, or this was promised to you. But the letting go, make room for new and better things on its way to you. So since that, right, you would have been going within that lens of letting go, but butterfly could be very significant to you. That could be something you're seeing, taking notice of. What about that? And then we have the divorce, so don't make it fit. You were in a commitment with this person. There has been a breakup, a divorce here. With a fire sign. And we have confession at the bottom. And then the giving it time. So everything in divine timing, let things flow. And these two talk a lot about the same energy, right? The letting go, trusting that new and better things are on its way. With releasing, not holding on to it, but truly coming into that center of it's the divine timing of things. The let go, the date night, health, and pregnancy. So maybe as a detail, you were trying for a baby within this dynamic. That could be something that you discussed, wanting to have that family. Again, we see commitment and divorce here. But there could be health issues when it comes to that. Maybe you're not able to have babies. Maybe your person is not. And that could be something, or it would be hard for you to conceive due to some health issues. But I'm also hearing that you could have been letting go of that idea about the whining and dining, starting things up again with this person, letting go of that expectation when it comes to this due to your health, like your mental health, that this was not helping you hold on to that. It didn't benefit you. You needed to let this go, to surrender to whatever this is. It needs time. I need time to heal, right? To get over that divorce. I want one more. And then we have the someone else in the middle trying to sabotage this. And then we have the sexuality as well. So there could have been like a literal person trying to sabotage this. Maybe, again, to tie you to it, you know for a fact that this person in the middle would having a hard time figure themselves out sexually, again, to tie you to this reading. But they could still be lingering within your guys' dynamic. That someone here is still trying to figure themselves out due to what went down in between your guys' dynamic. Maybe that led to this divorce, this breakup. But I want one more for that someone else. And then we have to move on. So whatever this was to you, collective, it made you put in the final goodbye to this. It made you shut the door. It made you think that this is a waste of my time. This person is unavailable. I'm shutting that door. I'm letting go of every expectation I had towards regaining anything here. And yes, there could be a detail about the health and the pregnancy, like the deviation I did. But as well, like I said, it isn't benefiting me. I keep breaking. I keep breaking my own heart when it comes to this. I need to let go of that expectation towards this. So I'm letting this go. It's like you did not want to stick around for this person to figure themselves out about anything. If someone else is in the middle, you have made your choice. I'm hearing that for a reason, so don't make this fit. It made you put in that final nail in the coffin, right? When it comes to this. Where do we go? We're getting these. So I just want to see when it comes to that lesson that is arriving here. When it comes to that lesson that is arriving, that's coming in quite shockingly. No. So we have sorrow, we have apology, and we have pain. So this would not be easy for you to hear, collective, like when this person's come forward, and it wouldn't be easy for this person either to come in and tell you this. There's a lot of pain tied to this. They could be quite afraid and have a lot of caution, but I think you have as well. When it comes to this, again, you have shut the door on this for a reason, right? And I'm gonna be honest, it feels like you do not want to hear this. That this person is feeling sorrow, they're feeling lost, they're feeling grief. I'm just hearing that you chose. So lay in the bed that you lie in, or something like that. Isn't that the saying? I want one more for that. Memories and clarity. So when it comes to this, about the memories, right? You could be finding yourself more within the lens of going over, and that things are coming up to you in your mind that you didn't reflect upon before. And it's making you gain clarity, right? It's making you see the situation clearly. And maybe that is why all of the sorrow, the pain is here for you, collective. But if I take it to that person, they're wanting forgiveness here. They're wanting forgiveness. They're sorrow, they're in pain. And all of the reminiscing, the bittersweet memories, they want to be truthful. They want to be honest. When it comes to this, I want one more for that clarity. And then we have the open heart. So the perception, the empathy, the vulnerability, right? And it's distracted. The sidetracks, the change, and the delays. And if there has been someone else in the middle that this person was dealing with, whoever that may be, again, it made you shut the door on it. That could have been making delays here. Everything is unfolding as it should, but thinking about that, it caused certain delays. Maybe it made it hard to come into that energy for them, to open their heart, to gaining perception about this, truly tapping into that vulnerability within them, right? But I am a bit curious about this person, what they are going through, so to speak. Okay, so when it comes to the conflict, the decision, the hot and cold, the multiple choices, someone else in the middle, they have been diving in deep to themselves, becoming aware of things, finding the importance, the value. So they have truly been sitting in reflection upon this. Okay. And this could have been quite a long journey, depleting, drained, and long journey, exhausting them, right? Figuring this out. And maybe they were clinging, truly holding on to the deception, the trickery, the dishonesty. They were holding on to it. Instead of doing this, of going in deep, they were holding on to it, maybe thinking it was too hard for them to figure this out, to go in deep within themselves, to figure out, well, why is it that I act in that way? Why am I being hot and cold, finding it hard to make a decision here? And that feeling of having so many choices, that 7 of Cups, I do not know which cup to go into. I'm just in a mind fog. I can't see clearly through it, right? It would have caused a lot of stress. So a lot of turbulence, tension, and arguments. And that argument could have happened towards you as well when it comes to this. But maybe also within the background that you are not aware of, how much stress this caused this person. How much this has actually been playing on their mind, on repeat, figuring this out. And we did get that for them within the first spread, right? They could have felt like this, that man, all of the notes, all of the things they want to say, but they're just lying underneath it. Not, again, that 7 of Cups, not being able to see clearly. When it comes to that farewell. The farewell leaving behind under closure. So like I said, don't make this fit. This would resonate with the right collective. I feel like pennies are dropping for you. This would be a hard conversation to have. I'm feeling that for a reason. I'm feeling that for a reason. I just want to see a bit further about you, collective, in this moment of time when it comes to that person. What you're truly feeling when it comes to them. So what is collective watching, truly feeling when it comes to that connected energy? We have fantasy. So we have fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. Then we have the intuition, again, been confirming inner knowing, right? I think it's those red flags. It's like you're seeing that when it comes to this person. Then we have the sorrow. It's like what your intuition is telling you. It's be aware of this. That fantasizing about this, it doesn't benefit me. It makes me feel like this. I'm trusting my intuition when it comes to this. But I want one more for that intuition. Then we have the memories again. And the depth. So like I said, it's more within that ruminating. You're going over things in this moment of time that makes you become more aware about the situation. Finding answers that you didn't see and understood before. You're becoming aware. And I don't think you're in the lens of reminiscing. It feels like more ruminating. Again, maybe things to do with your intuition that it was telling you at some given point of time, but you didn't take notice of it. You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to understand it at the time. But this is coming to you again for a reason, because what is arriving? You need to have those reflections, right? about the dishonesty. So just like them going over this, you are as well. And again, for a reason, because what is coming to your table? A lesson, a trigger when it comes to this, communicating this about their dishonesty, the deception, the trickery, the someone else that made you shut the door, right? And then the shocking. So just like I said, feeling that in an odd way, a full circle moment, truly closing out some sort of cycle, having that capability, again, we will see about what the universe says about collective, how you approach this, and how the energy of the person, what they're coming in as, right? We will get tarot for that. But just like I said, with that full circle moment, they left you quite shockingly. This all came in quite shockingly. Figuring this out within you was a bit of a shock to your system. When the dots are finally making sense, all of the puzzle pieces, it's like an aha moment, right? It made you shockingly. And what is arriving again is in that lens. To truly, I think it's definitely to heal this out, right? All of the unexpected, all of the shock, all of the trouble, the turmoil that you're feeling, to heal that out for you and this person, flipping that page, leaving that within the past. But then again, the approach of this is going to be interesting. What about the loss here, the twin flame, the trapped? So through that sorrow, the loss, the grief, the depression of this, right? We have twin flame. It's all about mirrored, shared feelings and reflection, but you felt trapped. You felt stuck. You felt stagnant within it, like you couldn't get out. It made you feel captive to a situation you did not want to be in. But you figured something out here about the dishonesty, because you went into that deep reflection when it comes to that ruminating. And you're finding yourself trusting your intuition when it comes to this. Again, there is a reason why the intuition card came out. Don't ignore the red flags, right? The fantasy. And we have spying. So maybe you think that you have been like within the lens of daydreaming about that this person was lurking within the background, because that made you feel a certain way, like they were there even though they weren't. It gave you some kind of stability, some kind of security within you to know that this person was there even though it's very much unhealed to have that, right? To have that lust for someone lurking within the background. It talks a lot about the brokenness within you, but you could have felt a bit cursed by this. Like, why is it that I feel so negative? But also maybe you have been reflecting upon this person has been doing some kind of magic work when it comes to you, because that pull was so intense. It was very hard to get out of. I want one more for that. Escaping. But pushing it away, right? Avoiding, blocking, and pushing away. So it made you stuck, it made you stagnant. It made you feel captive to the situation, not knowing you could release yourself, that Nine of Swords, right? She feels like she's just tied down, but she's not. She's able to move if she wants to. Healing. Choosing to heal through this. So let yourself feel that pain, because that is there for a reason, right? So we can heal. So you had chosen that. That is good. To release, to purify, to cleanse, to center. To not give this your focus anymore. Spying or not, it doesn't benefit me. And maybe you're finding yourself truly coming into that lens of a yucky energy when it comes to this. Not understanding why someone feels that need, because you are healing this out of you. You do not see this as, like I said, attraction. You're not seeing this as, this is giving me some kind of comfort, that person is there within the background. It's more becoming that, oh, like, stop doing that. It's weird. Why do you feel that need to lurk? Like, get out of my energy vibes. But I want to see, like I said with tarot, how this person is choosing to move. So how is that person choosing to move when it comes in the next 2 days? That connected energy. How are they choosing to move? Okay. So we have the High Priestess here upright. So they're moving with some kind of intuition here. Believing in something higher, a higher power when it comes to this. We have the Six of Cups as well. And that is all about, that, yes, reminiscing, bittersweet memories, something to do with childhood as well, but it's kind of perceived as well as the Twin Flame card, and we did get that for you. And then we have the Judgment. Which means that there is definitely something to clear up here when it comes to balancing things out. All right? But as well, this person could maybe be seeing you as that, but then we have the King of Wands, but in reverse. That's not the best, my angels, I'm gonna be honest. Why is that? So the Page of Cups. Sorry, the Knight of Cups. The cards are very different. It took me a while to adjust right. It's a very old deck, and that in itself could be a sign. But it's a very old deck. It's one of my first tarot decks that I got, but I hardly use them anymore. But I felt called to take them today, so I collected them from a box I have with cards I don't normally use. And that could be, like I said, a sign in itself. But that Knight of Cups, he is very much a Casanova, right? And that is still in the lens of not the best. And with the King of Wands in reverse as well. Again, there's a reason why this would be a trigger for this collective. What is that? So the Justice in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So even though it's a bit odd to me that the High Priestess is here upright, but all of the other connected energy to that is so ungrounded and more within, again, the lens of me, myself, and I. He is more concerned about his own healing elixir within that cup, right? And that smooth criminal way, that Casanova, that a lot of big words, but not a lot of action behind it. Which is odd. It's very, like I said, it's very conflicted energy. want to see about this, that person moving within them. A lot of wisdom. So they are in some way going within their intuition. They could have been dreaming a lot. To gain more understanding about it, we have the moon here. The moon dreamer and the wisdom. So they're choosing to move with some kind of knowing within them, but not within a lot of grounded energy. Yes, they feel this pull within the twin flame, right? And they're wanting to balance this out, but it doesn't feel grounded. Actually, I'm a bit surprised. I was getting a better energy of them with the other cards. But again, they're gaining something here out of it, which is beautiful. They're coming into healing. But this is a lesson, a trigger for a reason, and I keep saying that. And there's a reason why your intuition is, do not ignore the red flags. And we didn't have communicate or confession coming. So maybe this person is more wanting to express their feelings for you, right? Not again taking accountability, not really addressing the elephant within the room that I feel this connection is in need of, this collective is in need of. That's 6 of Cups, my angels. The 3 of Coins, or the 3 of Pentacles. And just because it says coins here. But the 3 of Pentacles, but as well in reverse. Oh, it's way too many, but the Hanged Man, the 8 of Cups, the Page of Wands, the World. It's a lot. The Hermit. So they have been, and that's good. They have been going within with the Hermit here. And again, we know that for a fact. That's why it's kind of surprising to me that it's in some ways very ungrounded, but maybe they're moving. If you know that for a fact that that is a trait your person holds, to act very impulsively and I'm just going to do something. And then it comes out maybe not in the best way, even though the intention behind it is good. So that is why it's so ungrounded. They're just leading, not that it's, hear me out. They're just leading with that higher awareness. I have seen things within my dream. I have come to understand things within this, to what was hidden, what I didn't see clearly before, just like you are, collective. They are trusting that wisdom that they have been gaining, but still not standing in that groundedness. And maybe, again, like I say, that is why this is a trigger, because you are in need of that in this moment of time. I think that's the awareness you're coming into, the kind of groundedness that you truly want, the kind of conversation you will truly want, what kind of energy you want. And this person is not going to come in like that. It seems like they're acting very impulsively from this reading. But they have been going within. But it's not the way they come across when this is going to come into any kind of expression. Yes, they have the High Priestess, the 6 of Cups, and the Judge here, right? The balancing out of the scales, but it's like the energy underneath that is not truly grounded. On the Justice card. On the Seven of Wands. But they want to fight for this. They want to have this new beginning again. It's too many with the Knight of Wands as well. I do not like seeing him. Yeah. It's like they have a lot of good intentions behind them. It's just not grounded. It's just not thought through. It's like very impulsively just acting upon this, feeling this urge and then just going with it. Not really coming in grounded and centered and with the reflection upon how do I actually approach this towards collective. It's like they just get a feeling and it's word vomit. But like I say, they have been going through a lot of introspection with themselves. They have been diving in deep here. So it's not like the intention in their perception isn't good. Like the place they're coming from, it's not bad. It's just not grounded. What they want, what they are hoping for, it's to be able to fight for this. And I want to fight for that justice, to balance out the scale, to truly, again, wipe the slate clean, so to speak. And with the Two of Cups here, again, it's good energy. But the way they are moving with this, it's going to be very impulsive, very not grounded, very not within a clear headspace. Is it good that they are listening to the intuition and trusting what they have seen, what they have learned, what they have been dreaming? Yes. But it's not grounded. And like I said, there's a reason why this would trigger you, collective. I think you have been holding on to that hope for quite some time. So the way this is going to come in, it's going to trigger you. Yeah, a lot of wishful thinking when it comes to this. And then the silent remains. So they're not really being realistic here. They could have been seeking out counsel. They could have been going to people. And it comes to this, maybe that is why this is coming in. If they have just been talking about someone, about this connection to someone, it's like a light bulb moment and they just gotta act upon it. It's a bit odd energy, I'm gonna be honest. It just seems a bit messy. Yeah, but they're not gonna come in like that. I think that's what you want. The tender attention with care and concern, approach gently, nurturing with soft, kind gestures. But it doesn't look like they're gonna come into that. But they hope that their devotion to this, again, how they will show you that they are ready to step up. They're hoping for something here to blossom. But I'm guessing that depends on how you are gonna react upon this, collective, if I'm being honest. Because like I said, if this is triggering you to the state of wanting to lash out on this person, wanting to like rip them apart, and think you're gonna make them crawl back into a cage again. I just want to see how the universe wants collective to deal with this when this comes in. How does universe want collective to deal with this? Go within. Do not act, do not respond, go within, the hermit. Sit in the reflection. Go into self-discovery when it comes to this. Meditate, moderate. Go into contact with your roots, right? Withdraw from society, have patience. Solidarity time, careful planning. Go within, deep within. Do not respond out of, like this person, of a feeling you feel within the moment, that trigger that will come over you. Go within and sit in silence, sit in stillness, truly reflect upon what is being said. And again, it will give that person as well the time to go ground, go center. And if they have locked in any sort of kind of way, we do not have a divine masculine card coming out. However, I would have loved to seen that for them. But if they are coming in to ground that energy that they are feeling, you sitting in that will help that as well. So do not react upon that impulse you would be feeling within the moment to say something that you will regret later. Go within, sit in stillness. When it comes to that Ace of Wands, so what is being presented to you? And they did get that. I didn't talk about it because it was just like a bunch of cards coming out, and this as well did the Eight of Wands. So if they are truly wanting to show you this, right? Wanting this passionate new beginning. With all of the communication, it's a lot about positive communication coming from left, right, and center. It's beautiful energy. But sitting the reflection on it. Do not respond firsthand. Go center, go ground, go sit in that stillness. Do not react upon your impulses. I want one more for that hermit. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Do not give in. Do not give in. You would have a lot of stubbornness. Maybe you're feeling danger when it comes to this. Like that intuition we did have for you. You need to sit in that. To not react upon that trigger. There's a reason why this would trigger you. The Wheel. Kind of want to come out in reverse. So you would be feeling that. Maybe a bit of disappointment as well. And maybe you feel that this is just all wrong because you have to close that door for a reason, right? So thinking, no, I can't do. Letting your mind get the better of you, but choose that stillness. Choose to go into that deeper reflection upon this, right? To not react out of impulse. Forward movement. The Chariot. Take control of you. Have determination, right? Choose to look at this as success. To get the courage. To have victory. To have achievement within this journey. I'm not saying that you need to take this person back. If you're done, you're done. If you do not want to, you do not want to. But you do not need to react upon any impulses. Don't let anyone take you out of your peace, your center, and your groundedness. Listen to your body's emotion. I tell you guys this a lot of times throughout my readings. There's no bigger sign than your body's emotion. So if you feel triggered, if you feel anger, resentment, hurt is coming up within you, sit in it. You do not need to respond. You have a choice. So choose to go within. Choose to sit in that deep reflection that you need before doing anything. And if you're choosing silence altogether, fine, let it be that. Do what you feel is right, but do not react upon it. It's a lesson, right? They're wanting you to learn this time around. To not react on impulses. What about that Ace of Wands? So that new start, right? The trusting, the optimism, the motivation when it comes to Ace of Wands to truly travel on to calmer waters. When it comes to that Three of Swords, the heartbreak, the pain, the loss, the sadness, the grieving. To travel on from that. To choose the calmer waters, to smooth the sailing, to get rid of the conflict, the stress. All right? Eight of Wands. Needing to trust your intuition here. Wow. You're needing to trust that intuition that, yes, there's a lot of communication coming. But like I said, what I am feeling is that it's going to come in quite, as we know, suddenly, unexpectedly, but not with a lot of grounded energy behind it. And that will trigger this collective. There's a reason why this reading is finding you. I think you will feel the need to just walk away, if I'm being honest. There's a reason why the Hermit is here, first card out. Go into that reflection. Choose to listen to your intuition with the High Priestess, coming to understanding. What is this teaching me? What am I able to learn within this moment of time? You have an opportunity to transform through this. With that dragonfly, adapt, change, and heal, right? To close out that cycle with the world, with the death here. To truly let yourself transform through this. And close out that cycle. Like I said, it's like an odd moment of a full circle moment. Yeah. So if you are feeling, sort of speak, a stress, a mind ache, a heart to center, because you want to be very cutthroat, want to be very honest, want to be very clear. There is a reason why this feeling is coming over you then, when it comes to this, and how you want to approach this. Listen to your intuition. Tap into the depth of yourself. Have the understanding. What is this teaching me? What am I learning in this moment of time? And it has to be doing with communication and being reactive. So just like I said, that could be a trait for your person to moving kind of eruptively, that you have memories of them being very spontaneous, but more within a negative way. Do you still say spontaneous? I don't know. I feel like it's more positive to be spontaneous. However, don't be her. You do not need to react. You do not need to cut this person's head off. There's no need for that. That silence of yours would speak louder than her words would at this moment of time. This will come over you then. You're gonna be stuck within your mind, regretting. So don't be doing that. Don't repeat a pattern. Don't repeat a cycle. Yes, you have been hurt here. So choose silence. You do not need to respond. Choose to go within, to sit in the reflection, the lesson. What am I learning? What is this teaching me? I'm being triggered for a reason. Why? I need to be able to sit in this, to find the understanding of it. And if this person, like I said, had truly locked in to this, wanting to show you that they have transformed, that they want to be there for you, let them. You not replying one single time isn't going to change that. So choose that silence. Choose to sit in your stillness. And trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, collective. I want to give you one of these. Faith and attention. The gratitude. And have that freedom through your faith, right? To truly believing what is meant to be and learning to love myself. You are. By standing in silence. You do not need to react. You do not need to respond. You need to go within and have that faith within you, your journey. You only have to look upon yourself to see that change is capable of happening. So let this person transform through this. Let that person see that I do not want to react upon this. The way you are moving, it's not for me to react upon. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't choose to repeat the past by letting what this person is leading with trigger you into saying stuff you're gonna regret. It's a lesson for a reason, right? Have the attention to yourself. When negativity arises within me, I transform into light, love, and hope. Turn to that by going in within yourself with that hermit, trusting your intuition. The gratitude, right? And direct your thoughts to that. For being grateful that you get to learn this lesson this time around. That you have come to that place within your journey where you are able to see that. And this is a lesson. And I can choose to repeat the past and not learn and do the same things every day. Or I can choose to act differently and get a different outcome. So choose that. Choose the difficult right instead of that easy wrong, right? The freedom through faith to rise above that fear, right? And free yourself for all doubt. Have faith in the divine plan and the perfect timing of things. And we did get that in the beginning. So trust that, right? I just want to finish with a message card. Then we're gonna do dices and a little initial and message. from your team. Accept where you are in this moment of time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intention. This makes us easier for, I think there is a spelling, isn't there? This makes us easier for us and the universe to help you. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't to me, however. But doors will open unexpectedly, be ready. But with a clear intention, it is easier for everyone, right? Your spirit team, you yourself. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interest at heart. We love you. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Leave toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. So don't be afraid, collective, on closing that door when it comes to this, and not reacting, not responding, but choosing that silence. Right? That is an answer enough. That is answer enough, right? So trust that. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. So we're gonna get Geisses. We have 1, 11. We have, is it 8? 8, 2. We know for a fact the next 2 days. 4, 3. So 2, 3, 4, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You could be seeing that. 0, 0, completion, right? And then 17. So the 7th, the 11th of the 17th. Do you say it? That me and dates. That's why I don't really bring because I'm so bad at it. I'm gonna be honest. But the 7th of November could have been very significant when it comes to this. But 1, 2, 3, 4, significant angel number you would be seeing in this moment of time. And the 8 as well. The 8. And maybe you're seeing a lot of like tilde days. So you know they're like that infinity symbol. Maybe that's something you have been seeing lately. Maybe that's something. And 0, 0, like I said. But within the next 2 days, we will just get initials. Oh, a T came out. Must be significant. Oh, what was that? Oh, it went all the way. Let's just see here. So this would be spelling out message initials for you, connected energy to this reading, right? We did have a T that fell out. G R M P T X C I L Y M W O P N P N H P J S T I E P E R O L Z A O M M K U B K E I C H J E B Y R V I Y G and N. I'm just gonna get that initial. That was there. What is that? That was a Q. So Q. Maybe you're standing in a queue and listening to this. However, my angels, that was the reading for today. Thank you so much for tapping in, for tuning in and listening. And I will see you another day, another time, in another reading. Bye, my angels. Much love.